This weekend marks the International Day of the Girl, which raises awareness about gender inequality, especially the fight for a fair education, because more than 65 million girls around the world aren't getting one. Scott Evans sat down with Malala Yousafzai, who has put her life on the line fighting for girls' education.
One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world.
Malala Yousafzai, now an activist and author, travels the world sharing her passion for education for all children. But just a few years ago, she was a girl growing up in Swat Valley, Pakistan, an area of the country with beautiful mountains and streams. By 2007, Swat Valley was no longer known for tourism, but instead terrorism.
Every night when I would sleep, I did not know whether I would be the next one who would be killed. There used to be bomb blasts every night. There used to be firing. My best friend Muniba, in her family, 10 people were killed in a bomb blast.
Her community had been taken over by the Taliban, an Islamic extremist group which ruled with a brutal grip.
They banned girls' education. They were against the freedom of women, and they were against any kind of freedom and modern education, and they were against the rights of women.
They destroyed more than 400 schools in the area and threatened girls who wanted an education. But in the midst of all that chaos, she and a small group of friends secretly went to school.
And we would hide our books under our shawls so that no one know that we are going to school. And you start learning, you discover what talents you have, what skills you have.
Malala discovered her voice and a message she had to share.
And I did not want to lose this opportunity of education which could strengthen me.
So she began to blog for the British Broadcasting Corporation, known as the BBC, and was the center of a documentary for the New York Times.
Swat Valley!
At that time I had only two options. One was to remain silent, not to speak, and then wait to be killed. And then the second was to speak up and then be killed. And I chose the second one because I did not want to live in that situation of terrorism, and I wanted to see peace, and I wanted to go back to school.
Who encouraged you, who pushed you to say, find what you want and what you want to be passionate about?
My father always, he encouraged me, and sometimes people ask him that, what did you do for your daughter? And he says that, don't ask me what I did, but ask me what I didn't do. I did not clip her wings. So he did not clip my wings. He let me fly. He let me to be independent, and he let me to be who I am.
If the new generation is not given pens, so they will be given guns by the terrorists.
Malala continued speaking out from Swat Valley for the education rights and equality for young girls, and all that attention made her a target.
Talk to me about that day that you were attacked.
So it was Tuesday, the 9th of October 2012. I sat in the school bus with my friends, and then suddenly two people, they stopped the bus. One came to the back and he said, "Who is Malala?" And I was the only one whose face was not covered. That's why he recognized me, and he fired 3 bullets.
One bullet pierced her skull and nearly killed her. She and her family were moved to England. Malala quickly became a global symbol of women's rights, receiving support from around the world. The Taliban continued to make threats against her.
So the bullet just hit me just right here.
But the shot that was meant to silence her only seemed to strengthen her.
I was a little bit scared as well, but after I was attacked, I felt stronger, and now I believe that no power can stop me now. And it's a second life, and it is for this purpose of seeing every child going to school.
Over the next 2 years, she used her voice and influence. She launched the Malala Fund to give scholarships to young girls, including those near her home in Swat Valley. The fund helped refugees in Syria get an education in neighboring Jordan and built other schools around the world. She's an author, having published 2 editions of her story entitled "I Am Malala," addressed world leaders at the United Nations, and joked with Jon Stewart.
I even believe that a woman is more powerful than men.
What? Wait, what? This was going so well.
She spearheaded social media campaigns and met with President Obama, the Queen of England, and countless other notable figures. She was even nominated for last year's Nobel Peace Prize, and she's only 17.
What do you think when you walk into a room and get to talk about what you're passionate about and why education is so important to some of the most important people in the world?
Speaking for education, speaking for equality and human rights is not only the job of those who do politics or who do the campaign and who are social activists, but it is a goal, a collective goal of every one of us. If we want to make it come true, then everyone has to contribute to it.
The girl from Swat Valley, who once had dreams of being a doctor, now sees herself going into politics to make sure that one day education for all is equal. Scott Evans, Channel 1 News.
Malala shared with us one inspirational message that she wants every girl and every guy to know. Head on over to channel1.com to watch the exclusive clip.